Ms. Guzman is helping me achieve the unachievable because I didn't think I was going to be able to set this up so quickly. It is day 2 of writing camp. All right, so we're out here at the Chicky Hut because I have our day 3 of writing camp. Good morning, everyone. It is the Monday after the Impact-Driven Teaching Conference. It is also the Monday of the week before we start spring break. So it's my last full week before we start spring break next week, and we're all looking forward to it. I am very exhausted, as you could probably tell from my face. I am not gonna wear makeup today because I'm not in the mood for it, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna stick with. But today I have tons to do. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but I would like to begin my writing camp transformation, although I can't do it exactly right now because the kids are going to come in like 20 minutes, and I don't think I can put everything together in 20 minutes. What I wanted to do was put green butcher paper on top of all the 5 different groups, which are in clusters of 4, and on top of the green paper, I want to put the Campfire Pillows that I got from Target last year in the summer, like around June, the end of the school year kind of thing. They started selling them in the dollar spot or Bullseye's Playground, and I got enough for each team to get one. And I have another couple of different decorations or things like that that I got for camping kind of theme. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. The fact that my other hard drive completely does not want to work is kind of putting a little slow process in this because all of the things that I made last year for writing camp are in that hard drive, but they're not in my backup drive that I'm currently using. So I do have to recreate a lot of things, and I couldn't do it this weekend because I was at the Impact-Driven Teaching Conference, and I'm going on very little sleep because I had such a good time this weekend, and I wanted to stretch my time and spend it as much as possible with all the people that I got to interact with and meet at the conference, which was amazing. I just feel so empowered. I feel like I have a voice and that I have a platform, and I need to continue to share my voice and speak for causes and different things that I'm passionate about, which you will hear more about in the near future. All right, so I'm going to get my morning started, and if I do writing camp today, or maybe I'm gonna postpone it for tomorrow, we'll see. I'm just gonna go with the flow and see where we go. All right, see you later. Ms. Guzman is helping me achieve the unachievable because I didn't think I was gonna be able to set this up so quickly while the students were in art, but this is what I did. I ended up using things I already had. I did not buy the plastic table covers because last time the kids destroyed them anyway, and they were gonna cost me $5 because it was $1 per table and I have 5. So I just used green butcher paper and the Campfire Pillows that I bought last year at Target and the s'mores felt set that I also bought at Target. So this is what they look like now. So here are the tables. Again, this is green butcher paper. And if the kids destroy it, there's no problem because we have access to more butcher paper if we need it. But as you can see, they have the little campfire pillow. I put the little s'mores set, that is a felt set that came from the Target dollar spot. And I have all the little campfires set up for the students when they come back from art. I still have more camping things somewhere in here. I don't know if I'm gonna use them right now, but for the time being, this is good. We're gonna focus on introductions today, making sure that we revise past introductions. We're gonna be looking at the introductions that they wrote for The Wild Among Us and Kids in Sports. And if they need to revise those introductions, then they'll revise it, and that's what we're gonna do. All right. If we don't do Kids in Sports, it might be another one, but basically one opinion and one informative essay that we're gonna be working on during the week that they have already written too. So Writing Camp is all about revising our writing, making sure that we are addressing the items on our checklist and doing everything that we need to do to make sure that our writing meets all the criteria that we need to make it meet. All right, so the students should be coming back soon. I'll catch you up and let you know how it goes. So I'll see you later.
Rays and wondered what those rays really are? Well, their energy. It's pressure waves that are further apart or less frequent, the pitch is lower. The greater amplitude means the sound seems louder when it reaches your ear.
I saw guitar, and the same thing happens with the violin. This is potential energy right now. I am not doing anything, so this is potential energy. You're going to see how energy transfers from potential to kinetic when I start playing, and then to sound energy because the sound waves are getting to your ears. See how it all connects and makes sense? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to play a quick version of a song called Can Can. You guys know what that is? No? You might know what it is, kind of. You've heard it before when I start playing it. So you're gonna see how potential, I start playing kinetic, then the sound energy is formed through the kinetic energy, and then it is turned into, the reason why you're hearing it is because of the sound waves going to your ears. And let me explain this first. Who can tell me which one has a higher frequency? This one? Or this one? Which one?
That one.
Okay. And which string has more kinetic energy? Which string do you think? Actually, it's this one, because just like how you saw in the guitar, how when you pluck it, you can also pluck violins, it's called pizzicato. When you pluck it, it moves more, so sound is related to pitch. The lower the sound, the lower the pitch or the sound, the more it's moving back and forth. And then the higher the pitch, the least it's moving, because the waves are really tight. And then the sound waves in the thicker string are like longer. They're like boom, right? All right, so I'm gonna play a little version so you guys get to know what sound energy is. Okay.
It's the end of the day, and as you saw, Ms. Guzman had an amazing science lesson with the students going over energy transfer, and her supervisor was here, and he said many, many great things about her. The students really enjoyed the lesson, and I enjoyed it as well. I keep learning from her, just like she's learning from me, so that's amazing. All right, the students then, we started kind of trying to start to work on our introductions for both The Wild Among Us, and earlier I said Kids in Sports, but that essay they had already finished revising. I was actually meaning to say it was the Kids Improving Schools essay that they wrote, which was opinion. So we're going to be working with those two essays this week. So tomorrow we'll finish revising those introductions, having the students share their introductions to encourage each other and give each other ideas. Some of the students are really happy with their introductions, so they really want to share. And I'm going to give them an opportunity to put their introductions under the document camera and share it with the rest of the class. So we're going to work on revising those two introductions for the opinion and then one for the informative. And then we're going to work on only the opinion body paragraph of Kids Improving Schools, making sure that they meet all of the parts that they need to include to fully explain their reason for whether kids should help in improving schools or not. All right, so I'm going to dash out of here right now, but now I'm going to move us on to Tuesday. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday. It is day 2 of writing camp, and I forgot yesterday before I left that I wanted to share with you the introduction checklist that I put on the board for the students to make sure that as they looked at their informative and opinion introductions from those essays, that they can make sure they have those things included in those introductions as they're revising them. So I'm going to show you that now. And I'm going to work on putting together their little treats for today. Let's see if I can get it done. It's very ambitious. I might have to leave it maybe towards the end of the day. But they'll still get their treats today because I did go to Publix last night and I bought all the different ingredients that I needed for all the treats, at least the edible treats that they'll have this week. So right now this morning, their desks have their essays, both opinion and informative, with the index card where they're going to rewrite their introductions, the revised introductions, and the campfires are there, and the felt foam sets are there too. And here's the checklist. It's right here on the board. Basically, it's 5 different things that I want them to make sure they have in their introduction. So they need to have an interesting opener. I don't want them to start with a question. I want their opener to be related to the topic. They need to have a topic sentence, and their topic sentence should use words from the prompt. And that's basically what we've been doing all year. So this is a good reminder. And that's what I hope that they will be able to accomplish with that. And today, once they finish that, they'll go ahead and move into the body of their opinion essay, which is Kids Improving Schools. All right, so let me see how much of the goodie bags I get done this morning. I also have to finish the tag that goes inside of the bag, so I should work on that first. All right, I'll catch up with you later. So these are the ingredients that will go in the writing trail mix for today. So all of these represent something creative that I came up with. So the pretzel sticks are to help them stick to the topic. Then the Teddy Grahams are for very good conventions. The fish are for flowing transitions. The popcorn is for pop-in details, pop-in evidence, actually making sure they make reference to the source. Actually, wait. Pop-in details, I'm so confused, I'm so sleepy. Raisins are for reasons and ideas that they need to support. M&M's is for more and more details. So yeah, I was right, pop-in evidence. There you go. Popcorn for popping evidence. And I made a quick little tag because I lost it from last year because it was not saved. And this is the tag that I came up with, something very simple. I just created this on PowerPoint again. And there is all of the ingredients and what they represent. And I just printed it on 3 different colors of paper. Now I'm going to laminate them and then we'll insert them inside of the snack bag. So that fits right in there. So yep, laminate, cut, insert in the little snack bag. And that is the little writing camp treat for today. All the goodie bags are done for today. Today the students are getting some writing trail mix. And these are the little cards that I showed earlier. I already laminated them. And all the goodies went in the bag. And they all have all of the yummy things that I showed earlier in here for the students to enjoy for today. So now I'm just going to pass them out because the kiddos are waiting for them. It's now the end of the day and the students got to do some writing. We didn't get through everything that I wanted to do, including the sheet that I printed out for the opinion middles. So we're probably gonna switch that to tomorrow. And then I had the students work on their chapter 12 test for Go Math, and they went ahead and completed that. They actually needed more time than I expected, but that's fine. So that means that we had to switch our collisions science lesson to possibly tomorrow so that I can go ahead and get caught up with that. They had their math reference sheet from the FSA website because they will have one for the test so that they can go ahead and refer to all the measurements and their conversions so they can finish their test. And yeah, I also passed out those goodie bags. As you saw, I have a couple of tags left over because I have 2 students that were not here today. Well, one of them wasn't here today. The other one left early so I can have their goodie bags ready for tomorrow. So that's a lot of fun. Tomorrow, hopefully, weather permitting, because today was raining all day long. If the weather is good, then hopefully we can do our outdoor writing in the chicky hut that we have in the school. And we can have some s'mores. So basically the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to give the students a piece of aluminum foil. They're going to get their graham crackers, their chocolate, and a jumbo marshmallow. They're going to assemble their s'more in the aluminum foil. You're going to wrap it up. We're going to put it on an aluminum tray covered with aluminum, and we're going to put it outside so the sun can bake the s'mores and we can eat it, since we're going to be outside anyway, so that's fun. But I do have to stop by Target after school to pick up some bubbles, the mini bubbles, because of a little poem that I wrote last year that I have to rewrite. I might change it up a little bit. I'm still thinking about that. I'll get my creative juices flowing for that. But lots of learning, lots of writing. And today we were going over different ways to start our introductions. So different ideas for openers, because I don't want them to start with a question, because sometimes they don't know how to use the rhetorical question opener correctly. So I'm giving them different ideas like scenario, using picture this, imagine that, maybe starting with a problem or starting with a statement. So yeah, that's basically what we've been doing today, and lots of fun, and hopefully the students are getting into the revision of their writing so they can understand. But what's going to be even more impactful is when I sit with them one-on-one and I go over their strengths and their areas that they need to pay attention to. So we'll be doing that. I'm actually going to get out of here. My son is sick, so I'm going to go home because I'm feeling like I'm possibly getting sick as well again. So I'm going to go home to rest because I really, really need to rest. And I will see you tomorrow. But before I go, I forgot to talk a little bit about the ingredients that I use for the writing trail mix and give you some tips and suggestions, because I ended up overbuying, so buying more than what I needed to make the bags. I have 20 students and I ended up making 21 bags, and this is how much I bought for making this writing trail mix snack. So I did buy the party size of the M&Ms. I bought all of this at my local supermarket, which is Publix. Looking back, I don't think I needed the party size. I think the family size would have been fine as it is. I didn't have any measuring cups, but I did have these little plastic cups that are 2 ounces that I get at Target in a pack of, I don't know, it brings a lot of these with lids, and I have them in my classroom because I've used them for science activities and labs before. And you could also use them for different games, etc. So this is what I use to scoop, not the whole cup, but maybe half of the cup of M&Ms to put in the little Ziploc bag. And I bought the 90 pack of Ziplocs because I'm also going to use these for the s'mores trail mix that they will have later this week. These are the little tags or little cards that I made, and I did laminate them, and this is how they go inside the bag, just to give you an idea, close-up idea. And I bought 2 bags of these goldfish, color goldfish, and I bought the resealable bags, and actually I only needed 1 bag because I still have a couple of more goldfish over there, like maybe a 1/4 of the bag or something. So if you are gonna make these for your students and you have about 20 students or so, you only need about 1 of these bags. Now the raisins, because I didn't want to measure them out and I just wanted something simple, I did buy the mini boxes, and I bought 2 of these 12 packs, and I have 3 left, which I'll just keep in my room for myself for snacks. I had bought 2 of these Snyder's of Hanover family size pretzel sticks, and I bought 2 bags, like I said, but I only needed 1, and I still have a lot of pretzels in here. I also bought 2 bags of this Wise popcorn with the sea salt, and I only needed 1 because I still have all that popcorn in there. So if you are going to make these treats for your students, I suggest that you buy 1 bag of popcorn that's about like this big, 1 bag of pretzel sticks. You could do the mini boxes or a small container of raisins and you scoop it out maybe a tablespoon. 1 bag of the goldfish, you could do the colored, and the reason why I did colored, and I'll explain it better to the students tomorrow, is so that they could use a variety of different types of transitions, because the goldfish represent the flowing transitions, because transitions help our writing flow. And yeah, buy the family bag of M&Ms so you can save yourself some money there. But that is what I use to assemble our writing trail mix. The other thing I wanted to share was the sheet that I did create for today, which we didn't use because we were still working on introductions. But basically they were going to work on their opinion essay on kids improving schools. I had to really recreate all of this because my original one was in my previous hard drive, which doesn't work, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I mean, I'm hoping that I can find someone that can be able to help me access the files, but it keeps telling me that it's unreadable, so I might as well figure out a way to just make it work and recreate the things that I need. But the directions are up here. Here is the reason/idea number 1 that they'll write here, and they'll write their body paragraph in these lines. And I did put the tree checklist on the margin, and then I asked them how many extra E's did you use, check them off. Because I tell them, don't just limit yourself to 2 E's. This is just to remind you that you need to elaborate and give enough evidence to support your reason or idea. Then I gave extra E's that they can just check off. And they could put an L if they want to be able to differentiate between elaboration, or they can put a V if they want to differentiate for evidence. Then on the back, they have space for body paragraph 2. Again, reason/idea 2. And then I have a writing self-check with different things that I want them to make sure that they do. And then they can sign this. I have completed my writing camp day 2 task to the best of my ability, and that would be it. Now, I did create an extra page where it's just body paragraph 3, along with a checklist, so that if there's any students that did write a 3rd body paragraph, they can go ahead and use that. So I'm hoping to go ahead and use this tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. So finally, that's all I wanted to share right now for today, Tuesday, and now I'll move you on to Wednesday. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday. I have to say, I was craving some Vicky Bakery this morning, and I got some Vicky Bakery. And those of you that are aware of South Florida and Vicky Bakery, you know what I'm talking about. But I wanted a Cuban sandwich this morning, and that's what I'm having. I'm having half of a Cuban sandwich and a croqueta and some cortadito because I need it today. I still feel so exhausted, even though yesterday I think I slept more than 10 hours. But I'm still trying to catch up with sleep. I'm not regretting anything, though, over the weekend because I was trying to stretch as much time as I could possibly stretch out with everyone that I was meeting during the Impact-Driven Teaching Conference. And the vlogs have started coming out, so that's amazing, watching everyone's vlogs and watching their experience and then reliving some of the moments as well. So it's awesome. All right, so this morning, my students actually have an honor roll breakfast. So 16 of them out of 20 are going to the breakfast, which starts at 8:45. And it's usually half an hour or a little bit over half an hour. So during that time, the students that stay behind are just going to have some independent reading time or catch up in pickles, whatever they want to do during that time, because I can't really teach a class of only 4 students. So anyway, we'll see how today goes. I wanted to do outdoor writing and s'mores outside, but the weather's not cooperating. So I'm going to have to play it by ear and check out the weather and see how it goes. But happy first day of spring, because today is the first day of spring and it's also a super moon tonight. So let's see how today ends up going. I'll catch up with you later. Here is the Cuban sandwich. I'm only eating half of that. And here is the croqueta. So this is delicious. This is basically pork, pickles, ham, Swiss cheese, and of course mustard and mayo. Yum, yum. I can't wait to eat this. All right, so we're out here at the Cheeky Hut because I have our day 3 of writing camp, the extra little something for today. It's not edible, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and that's the reason why we're going to do it outside, because it's something that you do outdoors. But I have a poem that goes along with it, and I'm going to pass the poem out. But first, I'm going to read it to you. You're each going to get a bottle of bubbles. Yay! And along with those bubbles, you're going to get a poem that I wrote called Bubble Magic. And basically, this is a poem to inspire you and motivate you and make you feel like you are ready for this test. Even though you don't feel 100% ready, you're ready. And I want you to just think positively. Okay, so this is what the poem says. Bubble Magic. Let's pass it out so everybody can like follow along. Take one, pass it down. There you go. Okay, so basically it says Bubble Magic. This tiny bottle, which, you know what? We should pass out the bottles too. So take a bottle, pass it down. Everybody has a bottle. Now, this tiny bottle holds within magical moments expecting release. Just open it up, grab your wand, think magical thoughts, and blow them all out. Blow out all the fear, blow out all the doubt, blow out all the worries, and cast all cares out. Dance in the magic, dance in the wonder, dance in the laughter, be filled with the light. You have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have the power to do amazingly wonderful things. You just have to believe. I want you, and whenever you feel a little bit of fear or doubt that you're going to do a good job, not just on the writing test, but on anything, I want you to take this poem out and remind yourself of all the wonderful things that you're capable of doing, because I believe in you. So I want you to believe in yourselves. So now we're going to come over here to the butterfly garden in the path, and you're going to blow some bubbles until it's time to be dismissed. It's now the end of the day, and as you saw from the previous clips, the students had a wonderful time blowing bubbles outside as part of the last 15 minutes of the day, and as part of celebrating all the writing they were able to produce today. We had such a fun time using Padlet this morning for the students to share their introductions to both the opinion essay that they're revising and the informative essay as well. They're not done with the informative essay because I only have 4 computers in my classroom. We currently don't have the laptop cart. Those are being picked up because they're going to be prepared for testing, which is computer-based testing when we come back from spring break. We don't do computer-based testing, but the Upper Academy, which is our middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th, they do computer-based testing for their state assessments, so that's why those computer cards are no longer available. So tomorrow, I'm going to work with the students to make sure they finish uploading those introductions into our Padlet, and I'm going to show you an example of the completed opinion one, where I deleted the students' names and I just put their student 1, student 2 to maintain student privacy, but that way you can see how it works, and you can't see the one where they were commenting on each other because I did have them leave positive feedback on what did they like about the person's introduction, but they had to be specific and they had to leave their name at the end because they don't have a Padlet account. So if they comment, it comes out as anonymous, but if they put at the end of their comment their name, then I know who wrote it, and I told them to make sure they did that, because if not, I will delete the comment. And I was moderating to make sure that nobody was writing anything inappropriate or anything that wasn't related to what we were doing. So all in all, they had such a blast using this technology to do their revisions and to share their introductions to their opinion essay. Then they worked on the task for day 2 and 3 of writing camp, which is rewriting or revising their body paragraphs using our tree checklist, writing checklist. So we mostly did writing today because this morning, as I mentioned, the students had an honor roll breakfast that started at 8:45, and I expected the students to come back half an hour later, maybe 9:15, maybe 9:30 the latest. Well, they didn't come back into my classroom till around 10:15-ish or so. And I was like, wow, that was a long time. And it was mainly because they called 1st grade through 5th grade, and that was a lot of names for them to call for all of those students. So it was crazy. So of course, when they came back, we started writing, but then we only had 45 minutes to do what we needed to do. And then they had Spanish, and then we had lunch. And after lunch, we continued for a little bit, and then we went outside. Actually, before we went outside, we had a fire drill at 1:15 in the afternoon. So we had that. When we came back, it was just time for them to pack up so we can go outside and I can read them the bubble magic paper, which I'll show you soon. And they had their little bubbles and they blew the bubbles. And that's how we ended day 3 of writing camp. Tomorrow, the students will write in the dark, but that will be a separate vlog. I am finishing the vlog today for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like I usually do. It just makes it easier to split the week like that. It makes it easier for me with editing. And I think it makes it easier for you as well because the videos are not that long. But anyway, let me show you the Padlet right now. And then I'll show you the poem along with the bubbles that I got, where I got them from, etc. So let's do this. Here is the Padlet board showcasing the students' opinion introductions. I did put the writing prompt at the top, and I gave the directions in capital letters so it would stand out. I did give the students an example 1 for the pro and an example 2 for the con. And I also made sure that I gave hearts to the students' introductions, and I can see that we have multiple hearts now in some of them have 2, because I just finished sharing this link with the parents so that the parents can see the writing that the students are producing. And then I gave students feedback on their actual introductions so that they can see what I liked about them so they can continue to do that. So as you can see, I have all of these prompts here. I have a total of 18. I had 2 students that didn't come to school today. But basically, if you've never heard of Padlet before, you can just go to Padlet.com. You can sign up for free and you can create it on anything and just have the students type. As the students type on a separate device, you can see instantly their writing on the board unless you choose moderation, and then you won't see their writing until you approve their writing to make sure that they wrote something that they needed to write about related to the assignment. So this is the Padlet that we created, and I'm really happy with what they wrote. And the colors, the students can actually change them by clicking. Well, actually, I'm not signed in, so I'm not able to do that. But if they click on these little 3 dots, they're able to change the color of the note. Now, this one doesn't allow anyone to add more. If not, you would see a little circle here with a plus sign so that you can add writing, you can upload a picture, you can upload a video, you can upload a document, a link, etc. There's so much you can do with Padlet, so I highly, highly recommend it. I'll link it down below so that you can check it out. Now here is the Bubble Magic poem that I wrote. It's just a motivational poem. It did not relate to specifically what they need to do in their essays, but it is something that I wrote just to encourage them because they've been doing a lot of writing and I just want to motivate them. And I reminded them that they can keep this poem and use it and read it anytime they need some pick-me-up and just to believe in themselves. And that's my word for the year, so that's really cool. These little bubbles I got from Target. They come in a pack of 24, and I believe this pack was like $4.99 or $5.99 or something like that. It wasn't that expensive. You find this in the party section at Target, and they were perfect for this class. So this is what they got today as they celebrated day 3 of writing camp. And I had shown you day 2 of writing camp. So this is the sheet for day 3, which is for the informative essay. And it has the Wild Among Us. And the directions are pretty much the same as day 2. And the format is the same as day 2, where they need to revise their body paragraphs and they need to do a writing self-check to make sure that they did everything they needed to do to make sure their writing meets the criteria for a high-scoring essay. So that's basically our day 3 of writing camp. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you today. I do have some other little technology tips that I want to share with you, but I just don't have time right now because I have to leave and my camera battery is about to die, so I have to make this quick, but I'll share them tomorrow, Thursday or Friday in the next part of this vlog. So I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on my first part of Writing Camp Week, Classroom Transformation. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, let me know what you thought or any questions you may have. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell for notifications so you don't miss any future videos. I hope you have a beautiful, magical day, and don't forget to smile. Hello, dreamers, wishers, and magical thinkers. Thank you so much for making it to the very end of this video and for showing your support. If you'd like to subscribe, you can do so by clicking on my picture down here. You can also check out my latest videos here and here. Don't forget to believe in the magic that's inside you because you are capable of great things. See you next time.